Tomorrow, we will have the toughest fixture of our season so far. And I just want to react to Pochettino's press conference as well as giving you my lineup and my preview of the game and which players I think we should put in that lineup in order to get a good result against Arsenal. And I do think that we can win because we've been playing better and we've had a strong momentum. I know the international break kind of came at the wrong time, but I still think that we have built enough confidence to go into this game, especially at home, and take this game to Arsenal. Now, Pochettino in his press conference mentioned that we will be without Armando Broja tomorrow, which is a huge loss for us. Even though we have Nicholas Jackson coming back, Armando Broja off the bench would have given us something in that game. That physicality, that pace, that hold up play, that would be something different than what Jackson gives us against Arsenal. And I think that losing Armando Broja for tomorrow's game is a big loss. He also mentioned that we have a couple more injuries that we have to assess. So Badiashile and Reece James could possibly feature tomorrow. I know we during the international break there was a report coming out that Reece James had been injured and there was a setback. However, Pochettino cleared all that up and said that he's a possibility for tomorrow, but I don't think he will start. Maybe he'll start from the bench, same as with Badiashile. He also mentioned that Caicedo and Enzo are fit. I mean, every time these guys go to South America for like qualifiers and for the international break, they come back with jet lags, and we can see that last international break with Enzo when he was playing against Bournemouth, he was a shadow of himself, and I think that was one of the worst games I saw with Enzo. However, this time around, Pochettino said they were assessed, they're looking good, they're fit, so hopefully tomorrow these two can combine in the midfield again and give us a stellar performance against Arsenal. Pochettino also mentioned that he had the chance to work with a few youngsters from the club, and this is very good. So we should be expecting to see maybe one or two academy players on the bench because he said he was able to discover a couple more talents. So what he also mentioned is that today was the first time we had a full squad for training. I am not too worried about this, even though it's just one day before the game, because Arsenal had the same issue as well. So we're both equals when it comes down to having players just one day, a full squad, one day available before a match. We do have an advantage because we didn't have Raheem Sterling on international duty. Reece James didn't go, even though he's still working back to fitness. Badiashile was still here, and also Thiago Silva and Sanchez was still around while the international break was going on. So I think we should have more players fresh than Arsenal, so that could give us an edge. Speaking with regards to how is he gonna cope with these tough games, Pochettino responded saying that he likes the tough games, and I think that he wants to win this game because he mentioned that we are not thinking of just competing, we are thinking of winning, and tomorrow he wants to win against Arsenal, and I think that is really good stuff from Pochettino because as a club, as Chelsea, we don't need to be competing these big games. We need to be trying to win these big games. And for our manager to be saying something like this, I think that he's seeing something in training with the players, and the players must be motivated and confident against these bigger oppositions, these stronger teams. So I want to see us going to the game tomorrow with the manager's confidence, trying to win the game and not just trying to park the bus or hold out for a draw. We're at home. We need to send a message to the rest of the league in this game. If we beat Arsenal tomorrow, then that would be a great help for our confidence going forward. He was also asked about injuries and if it was down to bad luck. and he had this to say. He said that there are other factors that can influence our injuries, and it's just a matter of time before we have less injuries. I think when he said other factors, I think that he's talking mainly about the coaching staff really knew, the ownership really knew. We still haven't figured out maybe the right medical team, maybe the right process of getting these players rested or back. I don't know what he meant by that exactly, but I think that that could be something that he was talking about. However, I think that all these medical teams, these owners, they are professionals. They should already have a set plan or an elite tier plan that can accommodate all these players. I know every individual is different, but there should be a generalized medical team or procedure in place for these players before, after, and also during the game. So it's kind of conflicting up to what he said. It's down to a lot of factors. However, we still want to give it time, and hopefully we don't have as much injuries as we continuously having. Now, to summarize his press conference, I think Pochettino is looking forward to tomorrow's game. It's the biggest game of the season so far for him, and he wants to win. And if he wins this game, then I think that our confidence is going to be through the roof, and we can go on to do great things this season. Now, for my preview of the game, I think that we should go with a 4-3-3 formation. For most of my last videos, I went for a 4-2-3-1. However, this time it's a bit different. A 4-3-3 would be a better fit for this fixture. We want to compact that midfield, playing transition against an Arsenal team. I don't mean parking the bus or anything. I want to play not too high of a line, but the defensive line should be high enough, compact, and then we can hit Arsenal in transition. And we see how effective that was against Burnley and also Fulham. I talked about it in my previous videos, and I think that's the way forward for us. We need to not play too deep, not play too high. We need to just play a transition game and give the players space, like Modric, Cole Palmer, and Jackson. These type of players love space to play, and that's how we've been effective in our past few games. In goalkeeper, I've gone for Sanchez. Undoubtedly, Sanchez has been really good for us so far this season, and I hope against Arsenal he continues those good displays. At the right back position, I've gone for Malo Gusto. He should be back from his ban. He got a harsh red card against Aston Villa, and hopefully he can come back with a bang. I didn't put Reece James because I don't want to rush Reece James back. If we have Malo Gusto available, then we should ease Reece James back in because we do not want him to pick up another injury. We need him to be fit for the rest of the season because we know how important he is for us. In the centre back pairings, I've gone for Colwill and Silva. Reason being is that I need to see Colwill play left centre back and Silva play right centre back. Silva playing at the left centre back, he is really slow of getting the ball out of his feet. When he's on the right side, you can see he tries to distribute more. So that's what we want to see tomorrow. And also because Disasi he still needs to be assessed, and that only tells me one thing. If he still needs to be assessed, then I don't want to risk him tomorrow if he's still in assessment. I want players that are fit and ready to go. On the left back side, I have Marc Cucurella. I've gone for Cucurella over Maddison this time around because we've seen Cucurella in the past few games at right back, and he has been immense for us. He has been one of the best players in defensive line, and that's kind of crazy that he's playing better at the right back than at the left back. So I've gone with Cucurella. He keeps his spot. And in the holding midfielder, in the three in the midfield, I've gone for Caicedo. Undoubtedly, he's starting to find his feet at Chelsea. In the past few games, he's been breaking up the play, pushing the ball forward, and that's how we got one of our goals where Gallagher got the assist. He made a tackle in the midfield, laid it off to Gallagher, and Gallagher slid it through to Raheem Sterling tucks it away. So Caicedo, he's starting to come good. We're starting to get our money worth. So he stays in that holding midfielder on the left. Center mid, Enzo Fernandez. And we know what Enzo Fernandez offers. He offers that range of pass. I would like to see him play deeper though in that left side, where he's just playing like a deep line playmaker. Because we haven't seen the best of him yet as a box-to-box midfielder, but I think that will come in good time. So, deep line playmaker Enzo. Also on the right side, I'm going for Conor Gallagher. I must say that I wasn't a fan of Conor Gallagher at the beginning of the season because his touches and his ability to play in tight spaces was not good enough. However, you can see that he's putting in the work in training, and he has improved a lot with that record. So, and you can see from the assists he got in that last game. So, thumbs up to Conor Gallagher for working hard in training, improving, and proving everybody wrong. And he has a goal in him. So if he plays our back box-to-box midfielder, I think he can get a goal. So, and we're gonna need his energy in the middle of the park, breaking up plays, running around, doing Conor Gallagher things. However, that final pass and that touch needs to be there. On the right side, I've gone for Cole Palmer. I know that Cole Palmer picked up a knock in the last international game. I think it was his thigh. However, it was a nothing issue. He came back to the club. He was assessed and he's good to go. Madueke, I didn't go for Madueke because Palmer has been in form, and to take him out of the team at this time against an opposition like Arsenal wouldn't be the right thing to do. I know Madueke, he played good for the England under 21. He got a couple of goals. However, I think he sits on the bench this game. Palmer on the right side. On the left side, this was a tough one to call. However, between Sterling and Modric, I had to go with Raheem Sterling because Raheem Sterling did not go on international break. So he should be fresh and fit for this game. Modric traveled, so that's the only reason why I picked Sterling over Modric. Modric can probably come on in the 60th minute and provide some havoc against Arsenal. Hopefully at that point we're winning and all the spaces in behind against Arsenal. So hopefully, fingers crossed for that one. So Sterling gets the nod on the left side, and hopefully he can continue his goal scoring form because we know how Sterling is. Sterling is hot, Sterling is cold, Sterling is hot, Sterling is cold. So we need Sterling to be at his best all season. So gone for Sterling. And up forward, we had no choice but to go for Nicholas Jackson because Armando Broja will miss the match, and this is going to be a big miss for us because that physicality that I talked about earlier, we are going to need that against Arsenal. So Jackson, I know he's physical, he likes to drop deep, he got pace in behind, he got that touch, so I think he will be a menace against the Arsenal defense. So yeah, that's my 11. Let me know what you guys think, and I think that with this 11 we can get a result against Arsenal. And I am going to do a prediction right here. I think we're going to come out of this one 2-0 winners. Reason being is that we have gained confidence. Our run of games have been so much better. Our link-up play has been so much better. We're actually looking like a team now instead of a bunch of individuals on the pitch. So I think that 2-0 against Arsenal is not a lot to ask. However, it's going to be dependent on how good we defend and how good we follow our game plan tomorrow. So 2-0 Chelsea against Arsenal. I'm owning that prediction. So hopefully that prediction comes to light or we get a win. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video and I'll have my match review after the game. Peace.